Welcome back to FIU Dynasty. If you guys missed last episode, go ahead and check it out. Pretty much just started the season, did recruiting. Go ahead and check it out if you didn't. We ended up winning all three games. The games weren't even really particularly close. We ended up winning 31-7 over North Texas, 51-14 over USF, and then 31-0 over Air Force. So, yeah, those were pretty easy, like kind of warm-up games. But now we are going to start to move into the beginning of the ACC play. But first, we have our rivalry against Florida Atlantic, and then we have ranked Louisville, and then ranked Stanford. So we're going to start to get into the tough part of our schedule. But before we jump in this game against FAU, let's check out some of the recruiting. We are first for our top guys, Rayshawn Allers and Christian Boozer. Recruiting right now is going well. It's going well so far. We're pretty much first for everybody, except maybe a few guys, but we're doing pretty good. All right, so updating the recruiting board here. We do have some visits here this week. We have Christian Boozer. We have Rayshawn Allers all visiting this week. I believe that's all who's visiting. Well, Allers, Boozer visiting this week, and then next week we're scheduling a visit for Richard Swoop and Andres Maldonado, both against Louisville. So that's going to be a big game. We are hard selling on everybody. We have the right hard sell on a lot of people. We took away some hours on some people just to get the visits ready for these guys. So not really much to really update. We removed some guys off our board. That's pretty much the only things we did was remove like 3 guys and take hours off guys and just put them for visits. So it wasn't really anything different. So I think we can just head straight into this Florida Atlantic game. We've won 2 straight, I believe. So we're trying to make it 3 straight in this rivalry. They are a 64 overall. We are a 91 overall. We have gone a long way from that first year. Let's go ahead. Let's play this game. Here we are at home going against the Florida Atlantic Owls. Big rivalry game. This is a game we play every year. We're in year 5. We are 2-2 in this dynasty against FAU. We lost the first 2, and we have won the last 2. We're looking to make it 3 in a row. With the Owls visiting, we're looking to start 4-0 on the year before we go into ACC play. All right, we start with our first moment at the Florida Atlantic 4. We did score a touchdown, so we have the lead right now. See if we can keep that lead. Handoff outside. Look at that. We're all over that. Loss of 4. All right, second and goal. Quick pass over the middle, and it is caught. Don't know why we didn't at least try to hit him. But FIU ties it up at 7 with that touchdown. All right, now we'll get our first offensive moment here. They're really loading the box, but we're going to run at it because we don't care. Hand up the middle to Greg Carver for 9 yards. Second out and 1 here. Another give. Greg Carver, 2 straight gives, 2 big plays. Gets us to the 48-yard line. All right, here first and 10. Finding Barry Gillikin for the first down, getting us into FAU territory. Our first down, another give to Carver. Jukes out of FAU defender, and Carver's down to the 26. Motioning Daryl Coffey to the outside. Daryl Coffey jukes out of FAU defender. He picks up a first down. All right, now we face a 3rd down and 5 after the gain of nothing. 3rd down and 5. Awuzie's looking. Awuzie's pressured, and Awuzie is sacked. Yeah, there's just fucking nobody open. All right, we got the field goal, so it is 10 to... it's 10 to 7 now. We're going to send the blitz, and it's going to get there. That's Jermaine Bethel with a big sack. He's back after leaving us for 1 season. Decided I actually love FIU. Gets the sack there. And it's probably going to force an FAU punt. Back on offense, 3rd down and inches while they're really pressing. They're down inches. We're throwing it outside. Coffee breaks attack. Chamberlain just didn't block at all. Awesome. All right, after we lose 3 on inches, we now have a 4th down and 3. We're going to get it to Carver, who's open, and gets us going. First down and 10, or 2nd and 10 over the middle. Andrew Barker picks up 8 yards. 3rd down and 2. They have a pretty light box, so we're just going to run it with Lobato. We're going to get the 1st down inside the 10 now. 1st and 10, hands off Lobato up the middle. Lobato powers into the end zone. Touchdown FIU. Very nice drive from our offense. Here we go. Fans are having the time of their life today. As you see, look at that, broke that tackle and gets in the end zone to extend the lead to 10. All right, here, 1st and 10. Underneath. Barker gets 6 yards. We're going to go hurry up. They're on 3. Going to roll right again. Oh my gosh, bro. They have a fucking spy out there. God damn, we're going to have to fucking punt. All right, 4th. Or 3rd down and 7 here. Looking over the middle. Gillikin makes the catch. Nice grab, Gillikin. All right, 2nd down and 9. We're rolling right with Awuzie. Awuzie's got space. Awuzie, and he's going to walk in the end zone. Touchdown FIU. We're back on the board there. Score should be 24-7 now. Look at all of our... They're so excited. Awuzie, we just kept it. Just kept it with Awuzie. Got us in the end zone. Touchdown FIU. All right, another moment here. 3rd down and 3. What can we do? We can find Kevin Bibbs. God, fuck. All right. 1st and 10 now over the middle. Daryl Coffey's in the end zone. Touchdown again. Daryl Coffey, the senior, gets in the end zone, and now we're starting to pull away a little bit here. Daryl Coffey makes it 31-7. Nice little play, little slants. To the house. Touchdown FIU. All right, we got another defensive moment here. 4th and 14 for FAU. Let's see if they have time outside, and it's going to be well short of the 1st down. All right, 3rd down 7 here. We're going to run it with Kevin Bibbs. Gets the 1st down, keeps that clock going. 3rd and 10 now. Play action. Awuzie in the... What a throw by Awuzie. I was going to say in the tight window. Fits it in there to Gillikin. Right before that safety get in there. Touchdown FIU. UConn transfer gets in the end zone for the score. And now we're up 31 points. 38-7. Nice throw there. And that will do it for this game. We ended up scoring another touchdown there, making it 45-7. That gives us 8 wins in the Shula Bowl. George Awuzie, 216 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 66.7% completion percentage. That was a nice win there. Again, we usually start a little slow, but then we sort of get it going in that second quarter and second half. Huge win over the rivals. That makes it 3 straight wins in the Don Shula Bowl. Look at Awuzie, went 10 for 20, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rushing, Kevin Bibbs got majority of the carries because Carver and Lobato were banged up. Bibbs had a really good day, 15 carries, 131 yards and a touchdown. Carver, 12 carries, 74 yards. Lobato, 7 carries, 70 yards and a touchdown. Awuzie had a rushing touchdown himself. Receiving wise, Daryl Coffey led the team with 4 catches for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. Barker, 4 catches, 25. Gillikin, 4 catches, 59 yards, and the other touchdown. Chamberlain caught a ball for 28 yards. 1 sack allowed from Carter Lowe. Defensively, 6 tackles from Cameron Tuttle led the team, 5 for Hugh Duck and Jet White. TFL's 3 for Dewan Figures, 2 for Markel Swain, 1 for Bethel, Guerrero, Tuttle, and Beard. Look at the sack numbers. 2 for Figures, who now is the FIU leading sack guy in a career. Adds onto that with 2 sacks today, 2 for Markel Swain, the sophomore, and 1 for Jermaine Bethel. We had an interception for Manny Alfonso. Pass deflections, 2 for Stroud, 1 for Roth. No forced fumbles, no block kicks, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise, Alex Spann today did miss 1. Punting-wise, Carnegie averaged 42 yards per punt. One's had a 20 and a touchback. We didn't return a single kick, and we returned 6 punts there for 41 yards. But that was the game. Big win over our rivals. Keeps our undefeated season going. There we go. We get our first commit. Center, Rayshawn Allers, 4-star gem center. And then we also get Christian Boozer, 4-star wide receiver gem. So there we go. We get our first 2 commits in. They're the top 2 guys we wanted. So there we go. They want coach prestige. Boozer wants conference prestige. As long as we stay in the ACC, that shouldn't go down. But there we go. So some huge commits coming to FIU. We also have Richard Swope visiting this week. Whoever take first for that. Aldonado, we're in first in. We're also visiting this week. And we're second for TAM now. But some guys are moving into their top 5. So recruiting right now is looking like it's going pretty well so far. There we go. Rayshawn Allers, coach prestige. As long as we don't absolutely choke these next few years, Allers should be fine. Coach prestige, that doesn't matter. We're not going to be moving all the way down to C+. We're in the ACC. So there we go. Some nice commits. Allers, pass protector, and then Christian Boozer's a gadget with 90 throw power. So that's interesting. Looking at the recruiting board, we are starting to hard sell on everybody we can. We're hard selling on Warlow, Mafu Choi, Swoop we've hard selling on. We're hard selling on Melvin Tam. We're hard selling on a bunch of guys. We're just throwing more hours on some guys. Like we're throwing 50 on Swoop and Maldonado and Tam and Rich now. We add some hours onto some guys. And then we scheduled a lot of visits. We scheduled Eric Warlow for week 8 against Syracuse. We also scheduled Mafu Choi for week 8 against Syracuse. So we have Swope visiting this week, Maldonado visiting this week against Louisville, and then we have Tam visiting against Syracuse. And then also we have Del Brazel visiting this week. We're not really going after him. I just like the boost, and we have complimentary visits for everybody. So I figured, why not? Let's get the most out of everybody. It's only a one-time use of 40 hours. So why not? Let's use it. So there we go. Week 8 against Syracuse is going to be a big game. But we have our first ACC game going against ranked Louisville. This is the game of the week. They're sitting at an 84 overall. We are sitting at a 91 overall. So we are the overall favorites. And it's a home game. Here we are at home to kick off ACC play going against the Louisville Cardinals or Louisville. I call them Louisville. The Louisville Cardinals. Louisville Cardinals. They're ranked number 16. This is the game of the week. Number 2 versus number 16. We do have some 4-stars visiting this week, so a big win would be huge today. All right, looks like Louisville scored almost immediately, and they have the ball, so we're facing 3rd and 10. In our defense, get a stop. Louisville, everything's covered. He's sacked by the true freshman, Hugh Duck. Wearing a little neck pad there, brings down the quarterback. That's a big stand from our defense. Look at that Hugh Duck. He's bald. He's bald and has a beard. All right, we now jump to the middle of the second quarter. I still haven't gotten an offensive moment, which is awesome. We're going to go RPO there. We're all over that. Great job, defense. All right, Louisville's got the ball back. I'm straight up just not getting any offensive moments, which is awesome. But our defense so far, when we've jumped in, has been nice. Play action. Got time on the run over the middle in the end zone. I have gotten 0 offensive moments so far, and now we're down 17-0. Been on the run to an open target for the score. We get our first moment here, down by 17 with less than a minute to go. Sick. All right. First, oh shit, that's the wrong button. That's the okay. All right, 2nd and 10 here. Underneath, Austin Chamberlain gets us 9. We're gonna go hurry up here. We actually have to get. God damn. All right, we get another moment. Here it's nighttime now. 3rd down and 3. Quick throw to Coffee. They sent the blitz there. I'm trying to get. God damn it. All right, we get a field goal. We're now facing a 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 8. Quick pass. Dennis Bow, inches short. We should go for it. All right, 4th down and inches. We have Carver in. We're going to run it. And Carver's going to get it. He's going to get some more yards. Carver down to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Quick pass to Stokes. Holds on down to the 1-yard line. 2nd goal from the 1. Another handoff. Carver gets in this time. Okay. We're starting to get something going here. It's now only a touchdown game. Greg Carver gets us within a score. All right. All right, we get another defensive moment here. From the 3-yard line, can our defense get a stand? This would be huge if we can hold them to a field goal. Handoff right side. Come on, nobody's out there. How is there nobody? How can nobody get to him? Jesus Christ. And it's going to be a touchdown. Ty McGinnis. Like, how are we not getting out there? We have like 4 guys over there, and somehow nobody can get out there. All right, Louisville's now up 17. Jesus Christ. Our entire offensive line's getting hurt now. Awesome. 1st and 10. Outside. Barker breaks a tackle. Andrew Barker picks up 6. 2nd down and 4. Awuzie's going to try to keep himself in. Awuzie is going to get in the end zone. Touchdown FIU. That's only our 2nd touchdown today. We make it a 10-point game, but we need our defense. We need our defense to get something. An interception, turnover, something. Awuzie just kept it in himself. Gets us within 10 points. All right, we now have it 1st and goal from the 6. This could be our chance here. We're looking. Awuzie is rolling right. Just throw it away. Why do you keep it in? Just throw it away. You can throw it away. He has the perfect amount of time to just heave it out of bounds. Instead, he'd just rather keep it in and lose. Fucking sick. 2nd and goal. Outside, Barker. Somehow he deflects that. All right, now 3rd and goal from the 18-yard line. We're going to try to fit that in there to Barker. Holds on, but it's 4th goal. 4th and goal, we're going to have to go for it here. We have to go for it if we want to keep this game going. All right, and we're just going to kick a field goal here from Span. This makes sense. 7-point game. We need the onside kick. If we don't get it, how much timeouts do we have left? We have all 3. Okay. There's still a chance we can tie this, but we would need the onside kick. All right, looks like they got it. Our entire team is like banged up right now. 1st and 10 here. We just cannot allow a 1st down. I don't get. You're coming from the side and he just jukes this way and then you fall. How do you fall? How do you fall from that? 2nd down and 3 now. Get a stop. There we go. We're gonna use our 2nd timeout here. You know, if they get the 1st down, the game's over. 3rd down and 3. Can we get a stop? It's play action. He's got time. Finds a wide open. How is he wide open? It's man coverage. What the fuck? That's going to be the game, dude. What the hell? How is he wide open? What the fuck are you doing? He's supposed to be covering him. Evan Elias. He just cuts and then he just... What the fuck are you doing? Oh my god, that just cost us the game because he's just sitting there. You just expect him to sit, and then he cuts, and he's like, oh, shit. So he's fucking wide open. Would have been nice to get more offensive moments before we were down 17 points. But that's our first loss of the year. We just didn't play good at all in that first half. Kyle Lougheed. That's our first loss in the regular season. We didn't lose at all in the regular season last year. It would have to be all the way back to the beginning of year 3, right? It would have to be all the way back to the beginning of year 3 when we lost a regular season game. But Louisier threw no touchdowns, no picks. Carver, 18 carries, 87 yards and a touchdown, and then nobody touched the ball. Receiving wise, Barker, 7 catches, 72 yards. Daryl Coffey had 2 drops. What a shocker. The guy can't catch a ball. Save his life. Sacks allowed. We allowed a bunch of sacks. Our tight end and running back allowed a sack. 8 tackles for Guerrero, 6 for Tuttle. TFL numbers, Hugh Duck had 2 TFLs. We got 1 sacks. Hugh Duck had 1 Tuttle, and Otis have half a sack. But yeah, I just think the first half, we got 0 moments on offense. I mean, we got 1 when we had to go 80 yards, less than a minute, down by 17. Yeah, we just didn't play good enough. We didn't play all 4 quarters. We played 2 quarters and we're like, man, that seems good enough. But we fall to Louisville. Our updates to the recruiting board, we did not get Richard Swoop or Maldonado, but Maldonado's into his top 3. We are currently barely ahead of LSU. Lipton's into his top 5. We are first. We're first for Claiborne. We're still second for Greg Chubb. But recruiting, as long as Swoop didn't go somewhere else, yeah, that sucks, obviously, losing a conference game. But then we have another ranked team, Stanford. Then Stanford beat Duke. If you just saw that, Stanford did beat Duke. If it could show me that, it's not going to show me. But Duke is now number 11. They fall from number 1 to number 11. And we fall from number 2 to number 8. Louisville is now up to number 12. Duke is number 11. SMU is number 9. We don't play SMU this year, though. We do play Miami, who's now up to number 2. Yeah, it was not a very good visit week. That was sick. And now SMU has a visit week 6. As long as we get him before LSU, that was a really bad visit week. That was awesome. That's fucking sick, dude. All right, updating the recruiting board here. We are having Alfonso Lipton, the number 1 player in the nation, in the state, at his position, number 1 player overall. Obviously, he's number 1 player. He's going to be the best at his position and state. From Clearwater, Florida, we are hard selling on him. Surprised nobody else is really going after him. Miami and Georgia have offered him scholarships, but they haven't really done much. Eric Warlow, we are hard selling. We are also having Taj Claiborne visit week 9 against North Carolina, and we're hard selling him as well. But not really much change. We are just starting to hard selling guys. We scheduled some more visits. We're throwing 50 now in line art. Throwing more hours on some of these guys. And then we added some more guys. We added this 5-star wide receiver who currently has no offers. He's number 1 10 players. Figured why not? He looks pretty good. He's a 5-star. 87 speed isn't the best, but 84 catch in traffic, 89 medium, 83 deep, 83 short, 87 spike catch, 91 agility. He looks really, really good. So I figured why not? Let's offer him scholarship, throw 10 hours on him, see what we can do there. Then we added some more guys down here that don't have scholarships or only have 1. So that's all we've done differently or all we changed. But then now we have this week 5 game against Stanford, final game of the episode. Let's not make it 2 straight losses in ACC play to start, because if we start 0-2 in ACC, it's going to be hard to climb ourselves back up into that top 2 to get into the conference championship. But Stanford's an 81. We are a 91. They are 24 overall. We are the number 24. We are number 8. So another ranked matchup. So this one's not game of the week. So maybe the pressure got to us in that game of the week game. But let's go ahead and jump into this game against Stanford. Here we are on the road going against Stanford and their tree, the Stanford tree. We're going against another ranked opponent. This time we are on the road. And obviously their stadium is a lot bigger than us. Ours, majority of teams in this game have bigger stadiums than us. I wish you could upgrade your stadium. That's one thing I wish they could add. Like once you become really good and move up in conference, you get a new stadium. But that's just a wish of mine. But we lost last week. We're looking to get back on track here. All right, we start with our first moment on offense. We've already gotten as many moments today as we've gotten last game. First and 10, we're going to start with a run up the middle. There to Greg Carver. And then our starting center, Moses Barnes, gets hurt. Second down and 5. Slant to Gillikin. Makes the catch, breaks the tackle, and gets in the end zone. Touchdown, FIU. There we go, baby. Nice play. RPO slant. Barry Gillikin broke the tackle, spun out of the tackle, really. Yeah, kind of just got turned around and got in the end zone for the score. First points of the game. All right, third down and 14. It's a quick pass outside of the running back. Come on. There we go. We're all over that one. They lose 4 yards. Great job, defense. Now we face a third down and 7 on this second moment here. Stanford's going to pass. Fire to the corner of the end zone. There is nobody there. Maybe miscommunication on that part. Incomplete. Another moment on defense. Stanford did get a field goal from that last moment. And now they have a full moment here. They're going to pass it. The tight end. Make the tackle, please. Just tackle. Second down and 5 here. Hand off to the running back. All right, there we go. Stop him. All right, now third down and 2. Can our defense force another Stanford field goal? I'm going to motion the tight end. RPO. Swain, how do we not make the tackle? Jesus. All right, looks like Hugh Duck wrapped up. And we're going to force another Stanford field goal. So the defense keeps us the lead here. Kick is up. It is good. It is 7-6. All right, we get another moment on offense. First and 10 from the 12. Carver's still in the game. We run RPO there to Coffee. We're going to get a minimal gain of 1. All right, second down and 9. Over the middle to Andrew Barker. Touchdown, FIU. Senior tight end Andrew Barker gets in the end zone. Touchdown. And that's going to extend our lead back to a nicer lead. Touchdown, Andrew Barker. All right, here, third and 10. It's a rollout. Facing pressure. Has to just dump it off to the running back. Breaks the tech. We got to fucking wrap up. All right, third down and 5. Let's see if our defense can make a play. We get an unblocked linebacker outside. And they're going to mark him inches short. But it looks like they're going to go for it on a 4th and inches. Well, this would be a big stop. Toss outside. We're all over that. Hits Hugh Duck. Makes the play. Nice play there by the true freshman Hugh Duck to give us the ball back. First and 10. Oop. I did not think that guy was going to stay there. There's probably somebody open. We'll get 3 yards, though. Second down and 7. Outside to Barker again. We're going to pick up 4 yards. We're going to go hurry up here. Third down and 3. Outside. Chamberlain holds on. Nice catch through traffic. All right, here's second and 10. Underneath. Daryl Coffey makes a man miss. Gets 9. We're going to go hurry up now. Quick pass over the middle to Barker. Just get down. There we go. We're going to use our first timeout. First down and 10. Outside Lobato. There underneath. Barry Gillikin gets 9. We're going to go hurry up. Second down and 1. Up over the middle. Coffee. Calling another timeout there. From the 20 and fucking unblocked. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. They send a blitz, he goes in unblocked. Fucking course. I mean, that's... And we're going to use our last timeout here. Looks like we'll probably just settle for a 47-yard field goal. Alright, we got the field goal. We're now in the second half. 4th down and 1 here. Can our defense make a play? It's a handoff to the running back. We're all over that one. Loss of yardage. Turnover on downs. All right, we scored, so it's now 23-6. Carver's in the game. 1st and goal from the 5. Handoff, Carver. We did try to block him, but we just kind of put our butt into him and just didn't really do anything after that. Can we get points here? Holy shit! How? Jesus Christ! They're playing great coverage and they're getting there quickly. Oh my god. Okay, so we just straight up just decide like, hey, we're just gonna have the tight end. For some reason, we're gonna double team the defensive tackle and then have the tight end block the... What the fuck are we doing? Alright, we get a moment here in the 4th quarter. 4th down and 9. We're up by 20. He's going to launch into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Turnover on downs. Another moment here, this time 4th and 11 now. He's got time, launching it, middle of the field. Nice. Hugh Duck has been fantastic for us. Knocks down the pass, incomplete, turnover on downs. 3rd down and 5, we're going to run it. And 76 block. Nobody. Cool. And that will do it. Our defense played a lot better this time. We allowed 0 points in that second half, winning 29-6. We must have missed an extra point somehow. But we end up pulling off the win. 29-6. Check out Awuzie stats: 20 of 29, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns, 68% completion percentage. Rushing wise, Greg Carver 15 carries, 76 yards and a touchdown. We ran it 11 times for -7 yards, probably because we got sacked a bunch. Lobato 7 carries, 18 yards. Receiving, Darryl Coffey 5 catches, 47 yards. Barry Gillikin 4 catches, 73 yards and a touchdown. Barker had a touchdown as well. Chamberlain 3 catches for 59 yards. And then a few guys with 1. Blocking, we allowed a good amount of sacks. I don't get why we're having running backs and tight ends allow a sack. This has pretty much been the sack stats every time. Carver allows a sack, our backup tight end allows a sack, and then Carter Lowe allows a sack. So I don't even get why we're having that much running back and tight ends blocking. But Tuttle leads the team with 10 tackles, 8 for Jet White, 7 for Duck, Stroud, and Kevin Wynn. Look at the TFL numbers. 3 for Hugh Duck, 3 for Kevin Wynn, 2 for Otis, Stroud, 1 for Jimmy Johnson, Markel Swain, Lyle Beard, Jet White, Cameron Tuttle sacks, 1 for Markel Swain, Kevin Otis, Kevin Wynn with the sack as well. We got no interceptions, pass deflections for Swain, Beard, and Hugh Duck, forced fumbles for Lyle Beard, no block kicks, no safety, no defensive touchdowns. Kicking wise, Alex Spann today went 3 for 3, did miss an extra point. Was it blocked or something? No, he just straight up missed an extra point. Awesome. So he missed an extra point. Carnegie 5 punts, 20 yards, averaged 44 yards per punt. Kick return stats, punt return stats. But there we go. That was a nice win. Definitely a much needed win, especially after last week. We moved to 5-1. A nice conference win over Stanford. And with that touchdown, Greg Carver has now set the FIU career rushing touchdowns record. So there we go. He can also maybe add on to that record there. We are only halfway through the season, so he still has plenty of time to add up to that. And if you see there, Greg Carver broke it with 28. You see Juan Figures, whatever, broke it last episode, so he also adds on to that with his sacks this year. So we're starting to break some records. Maybe Awuzie can beat Josh Padrick's record. All right, recruiting update. Rashard Swope is into his top 3, and we are currently number 1. And then Trevor Elling's in his top 5, Lionheart's in his top 5, Turpin's in his top 5. Not really going after these guys, but we're first for a lot of guys now. Turpin, Lionheart, Elling. So at least recruiting is going well. We do move up 1 spot to number 7, so at least we're starting to work our way back up. But next episode we'll start with the game versus the Miami Hurricanes. Biggest game of the season. They're number 2 in the nation. We are number 7. We're looking to get ourselves back up to that number 2 spot. But that will be for next episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I know, unfortunately, we didn't beat Louisville, but hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.